Alright, so welcome back guys, or welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision here with Bunny Entertainment, bringing you guys another video. Today I want to talk about some recent Marvel news regarding the upcoming Doctor Strange movie. So if Marvel is something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. Don't want to miss any more Marvel news from me moving forward. Now let's begin. Like I said, we got some big Marvel news regarding the upcoming Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie. Now, I'm really excited for this upcoming movie. Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters in the MCU, so I'm hyped for this movie. Now, it is rumored to be the most scariest movie of the MCU so far, and as of late, it has been reported that Scott Derrickson, who directed the original Doctor Strange, will not be returning. Now, we don't really know why that is. There were rumors going around that they weren't making it as scary as originally said, or they weren't following Derrickson's original plans for the movie, so he kind of walked off from the project. And as of late, it has been said that Sam Raimi, who did the original trilogy of Spider-Man with the Sony movies under the help of Sony, will be directing this movie. Now that's very, very interesting in the fact that we'll be going into the multiverse in regarded to Doctor Strange. So maybe they brought him on and maybe we'll see, his version of Spider-Man in his universe. Because again, we're going into the different multiverses, so we could see him. There were also reports that Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman were in talks with Kevin Feige. Now, I don't believe that they're going to be playing their characters from, the 20th Century Fox X-Men movies. But again, they could be bringing them in to have, cameos in this movie. That way, we'll see, maybe the original Spider-Man from those trilogies. We could see, Professor X and Wolverine from the 20th Century Fox, X-Men movies. So that's a lot of possibilities there. So I'm very interested to see what goes on here. Will it still be one of the scary movies? And will it be something different? I'm really hyped for this movie. We know Carl Mordo will be returning, which I'm super hyped to see what goes on there. I really loved his character in the original Doctor Strange. After we saw the post-credit scene, I was super hyped for his movie, and I was somewhat disappointed that it's taken this long to get it. So I'm really hyped for it. And there are rumors Nightmare will show up, which kind of explains the more scary side of the MCU. But as of late, it kind of has been said he might not appear, so maybe it won't be as scary as we originally thought. They could bring in Nightmare as like a side character maybe, or they could save him for the third Doctor Strange movie. Now we also know that we got Scarlet Witch coming into this movie, and there's a lot of rumors going around that they could implement the House of X, storyline from the comics, which could set up the appearance of X-Men in the upcoming movies, which I'm also super hyped for. I think this movie has great potential to be one of the greatest Marvel movies, like in the top 10 to 5. I'm super hyped for it. And again, I'm curious to see what they set up in this movie. We all know that they have setups for every single movie. They have their, individual story, but then they go into their own little, story regarding the character. So again, Doctor Strange is one of my favorite characters, so I'm super hyped again, and I like Benedict Cumberbatch in the role, so I'm very curious what will go on here. Will he have to face off with Scarlet Witch as well, due to the whole, we got the WandaVision show coming out. Will that set up for her to team up with Doctor Strange in this movie, or will he have to stop Wanda due to her breaking and kind of going into that, House of X storyline? Will that be something that happens? Will we have to face off against Mordo and her? And maybe that's why they put off Nightmare right now, because there's just too much going in the movie. Now, in regards to that, I do hope that they don't put in a lot of things in this movie, because I feel like then it could end up like, Iron Man 2, where they have so many like characters and villains that Iron Man had to face off with that it gets overwhelming. So I really, really hope that they kind of just stick it to maybe 2 villains or 1 villain, depending on where they take Scarlet Witch. And that was kind of another issue that the Guardians of the Galaxy had in their second film, because they had, they had Ego, you had the Ravengers, and then you had, the Sovereign. So I feel like they had the issue where they had so many characters building up to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 that I feel like they just had so much going on that it just kind of overwhelmed the movie. So I really hope that they don't do that with Doctor Strange. So in a way, I kind of hope they save Nightmare for the third film and just have him face off with Mordo and possibly Wanda, because then I feel like you have an equal balance and it could work out in a good way. And I just, again, hope that they don't overdo it with Doctor Strange. I feel like they're going into an area where they're trying to set up another big storyline, and I feel like if they do something where it overwhelms the film and they just set up too much stuff in one movie, it's going to hurt the movie overall. And I am, again, don't want to see that happen with this movie. I love Doctor Strange and I want to see what they have planned for him, but at the same time, I don't want to have everything thrown into the movie and just have it be overwhelmed and just not be as good as I hope it will be. I mean, I do want to see all these storylines play out, but I feel like, again, if they overwhelm it with so many villains and characters and so much going on, it'll end up hurting the film and it won't be as good as, it's been expected to be. So I'm very excited about this. Sam Raimi, I think, will be a good director and could help do the multiverse kind of storyline. So I'm very interested to see what they set up here. And again, very excited to see what they do with this movie when it finally comes out in 2021. Guys, those are my thoughts and opinions regarding the Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness movie. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon. That way you don't miss any more Doctor Strange news or Marvel news from me moving forward. And as always, don't forget to go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are linked in the About section of my YouTube channel. As always, it's been Vision here with Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.